Hey everyone, welcome to our heartwarming show. Anne's extreme ways push John away, but when he hears the heartbreaking cries, her despair and torment crashed over him like a wave, and it dawned on John that what Anne really needed was his companionship, not left alone to fight sorrow. He hugged Anne tightly, vowing silently not to let her face it alone. A few days later, they drove with Hope to Chicago for a patient conference, gathering with others fighting the same battle against disease. As they saw everyone share their lives with optimism, John began to realize he wasn't alone in this fight. Anne's anxiety slowly melted away amidst these warm exchanges, while John quietly watched the tears in her eyes. A wave of indescribable sadness hit him. To calm down, John sneaked out and unexpectedly bumped into a patient's family member. He thought he could get some advice from them, but the response was merely a complex and helpless tone saying, "Turns out his wife fell ill young too." Now she's in late stages, and he's poured all his energy into caring for his wife. He's nearly exhausted all his wealth, and the disease has ruthlessly stripped her of her ability to think, move, and everything all that's left is an uncontrollable body. John was stunned. He never realized reality could be so cruel. After attending the support meeting, Anne's outlook became unexpectedly bright, and she continued sharing her experiences. Her optimistic persistence in life left people unsure whether to cry or laugh, and this hope was undoubtedly supported by John. At this very moment, his constant companionship and unwavering support deeply filled Anne with strength, making her realize that she wasn't alone. "Someone is doing this for me, you get what I mean. It's so amazing. I love you. I love you too. I love you." Anne's sudden confession sparked newfound motivation in John. As night fell, after Anne drifted off, John quietly began searching for information on Parkinson's disease. The next day, he enlisted the help of a doctor friend and got the contact for a top specialist. Without hesitation, John took Anne on a whirlwind of medical appointments across cities, but endless tests and long waits exhausted them. When they finally reached the hospital after 2,000 km, they learned their appointment was postponed. Months of travelling didn't yield the expected treatment plan, and John started losing patience, becoming irritable. Anne sharply sensed the changes, realizing if this continued, her condition wouldn't improve. But it would drag John down too. And right now, John was on the rise in his career and should be focusing. "I truly feel that honestly, nobody wants to part ways with me." After returning home, they bid farewell outside Anne's apartment. The snowflakes danced in the air, looking particularly pale. The dim streetlights seemed to signal the end of this story. Walking through the airport, John's steps grew heavier, his struggles and Anne's depth seemed gone. Every night, when silence fell, he tossed and turned in bed, unable to sleep. Anne occasionally hides in her room, sobbing softly. John tries to cross the cold distance, but only gets a heartless automated reply. Time passed, and everything seemed to calm down, but fate made them cross paths again in a familiar cafe. Unlike before, Anne was now accompanied by a strange man. Though they were only separated by a table, it felt like an invisible barrier divided their hearts. What they intended to pour out with deep emotion ultimately condensed into a simple greeting. "How are you?" "I'm fine, really am fine." "Come on, Maggie, great to see you." At this moment, Anne's heart began to race. Almost breaking free, her reason was curbed by their last visit. The man then mentioned John's upcoming promotion. Then, as the journey to Chicago continued, Anne suddenly snapped back to reality and quietly turned to leave. Fate is always playful. While John packed for a new life, a camera caught his eye. John gently picked it up, and with plain takeoff, memories flowed back like a tide. In the footage, Anne's smile was radiant, her eyes sparkling with light. It felt as though the world warmed because of her. Her tone was light yet filled with depth, expressing visions of the future. Dreams of travel, family, and heaven now seemed like distant fantasies. John's throat tightened as he quietly gazed at the screen. Memories made of warm fragments floated into view. Capturing the emotion of those moments, John sprang into action after learning that Anne was about to leave. He pressed down on the accelerator, embarking on a journey to catch up with Anne, desperate to save the love he was about to lose. Anne glanced through the window and spotted that familiar figure waving frantically to stop John. But John was too busy driving to notice until he finally caught up with her at the service area. The bus slowed to a stop. John eagerly boarded, pleading for 5 minutes of heartfelt talk. Though John's deeply heartfelt declaration moved everyone on the bus profoundly, Anne continued to maintain her distant demeanor. In the end, Anne agreed. John, usually so articulate, found himself at a loss for words. "I've never seen anyone like you before. I've never known anyone quite like you. Actually, trusting me is quite sufficient until I met you, and you made me believe as well. So, sadly, I need you, and you need me. Don't forget to subscribe to us, for that's truly where our connection lies."